Welcome back, you degenerate old schoolers, to another episode of The Orb. Tonight we have another Atlantic match. This is in NEOS, or New England Old School Monthly. You can join them on Facebook under New England Old School. And they do a monthly tournament. Come, play, enjoy some old school magic. Let's take a look at these decks. And here is a look at Dane's deck. This is his deck list he sent in. He calls it Dane's deck of good black cards. Top left, good things for me. I guess he really likes his Mind Twist and Demonic Tutor. On the right hand side, or opposite side of that, we have Larry Niven's disc. He wrote "Mean Things Go Bye Bye." I guess because the disc just wipes the board for him. Below that, we have Make Opponent Sad, and he tags his Hymns, Sinkholes, and the Rack. All three of these cards apparently make his opponent sad. I like his little arrow here. It looks like he got a little creative. Big beaters. Of course, we have Hypnotic Spectre because, well, we get him out real quick with the Dark Ritual. And turn 2, he's slicing and dicing your hand up at his random leisure. And he's sticking in for 2 life. Right below that is Big Nasty Juzam Jin. Of course, 4 mana for 5/5, deals 1 damage during your upkeep out of Arabian Nights. He is big, gnarly, and scary. Don't meet him in a big back alley. I mean, he's terrifying. Below him, Sengir Vampire. Right? He's like the Sarah Angel for black, except he's 100% more terrible. I mean, his ability is awesome, right? But the problem is, when does he ever kill a creature? When he does, it is fantastic. When you make this thing grow. Below that, he wrote Impotent. Oh, important. His swamps are very important to him. And make deck go vroom. Oh, Mana Vault. Okay, so he speeds up his deck with the Mana Vault. So mono black. Black has, to me, black has the most consistent, powerful cards out there. Every color obviously has its specialty. And white, because of the swords and the disenchants, is probably the most powerful for control. But when you take a step past those just 2 cards, you got him, that's a guaranteed 2 for 1. Sinkhole, which is a super clean 1 for 1. The Rack, I did watch something a while back about how effective or how people have such high win percentages playing the Rack, right? I mean, the key is essentially to make these cards deal damage and win the game. So if they're sitting in your hand, unless you get an added bonus like an Ivory Tower, don't do it, right? Dump them out, win the game. So the Rack punishes that. All right. So this is Dane's big black deck. Let's take a look at my deck for the month. Boy, isn't this deck clever. I say that with pure sarcasm. I mean, it's a lot of good cards. Savannah Lions. When you can jam 1 or 2 Savannah Lions out and you have a factory behind it, that is a deadly situation for your opponent. So they have their place, super fast, super efficient. Suchi's the same, unless you're playing with Mana Burn. And we are playing with Mana Burn, so a little less efficient. 4 for 4/4, but it dies so many ways. And so many times, that extra 4, if you don't have a place to dump it, and there's a couple places in this deck, right? You can activate a factory 4 times. Ideally, you can dump it right back into a book and draw a card out of it. And then that is glorious. That's a win. But if not, it can get a little painful. I have Sarah Angels, 2 disenchant and 4 swords for the control. 4 counter spells for, well, really 5. We had in the mana drain. The typical balance and tutor and all the good cards. I do stick in a control magic main board. And 1 in the sideboard. All the lands, and then, a lot of standard sideboard stuff. So, this deck should reach out and do things. If we add it up, I believe I am running all 5 colors. I do have a regrowth atop that first Divine Offering there. So, it is a bit of a stretch, but lots of different lands to be able to cast all these spells. Plenty of mana sources. Yeah. Let's get off to game number 1. And here we are with game number 1. Dane's on the play. We all just saw his deck list. Pretty impressive. I think if a color's going to go all the way, my money is always on mono black. It is so hateful. So he drops a swamp, Mox Jet, Mana Vault, Black fucking Lotus. Jesus Christ. He can only produce 7. Oh, fuck. I think I just vomited. I'm having flashbacks. It's been a couple months since we played this. Mind Twist for fucking 6. Can someone call the police? I think I've been robbed and raped. Oh, look at this. Tundra, Disenchant, Counterspell, Time Walk, fucking... Oh, there's the card to recoup it all. Wheel of Fortune, gone. Fucking Chaos Orb, in the bin. I played 2 mana sources and pass. Look at this, though. He doesn't have a follow-up. He takes 1 damage from the vault. And I draw a 3rd mana source. City Brass. 4th mana source, Tundra. Okay, he untaps his vault. He took 2 from that. So other than being completely fucking biffed by Dane here, it's not looking too bad. He needs a follow-up. Where's his big beater? Oh, yes, look at this. Take a point. Brain Geyser. 1, 2, 3. Back in the hand. 5 mana sources down. He has 5 plus another 3 from the mana vault, so he can do whatever squirrely shit he wants to. I play out a Loa with 2 in hand. Okay, here we go. Juzam Jin enters play. Fucking only 5/5. Immediate 4-turn clock. Play Plains. Tapping things. 4 for a book. Okay, that's not the worst thing. I mean, I am on a clock, but book will help him dig, and when you can't draw the card you want, nothing better than being able to draw another card. Opponent swings in for 5. Jesus. Singear Vampire followed by an immediate counterspell. Get that shit out of here. Whew. Man. I'm sweating. You feeling it? I'm sweating. Mistress Factory. Okay, so that'll slow him down by a turn. Juzam in for another 5, put me down to 9. I mean, the beatings are real. Juzam swung in for a total of 10 damage so far. He's a heavyweight boxer. Tapping forward, drawing a card. Cat's Gone Wild in the background. Shit's getting crazy around here. Tapping another 4. Suchi, okay. Suchi's not the end of the world. Really, between Suchi and Factory next turn, I can double block. I am 9 going to 4. Opponent's on 15, and look at this. He plays out the rack. I have 1 card in hand. This is terrifying. So I can upkeep draw, right? No, I can disenchant the rack. So I think we have a talk about how I'm going to stack and do this. Hopefully I'm going to draw. You know, let the rack damage peel off 1 from me. And then turn around and disenchant the rack. Yeah, here we go. Nope, I guess I'm taking 2 from the rack. But I do still have some bodies available to block that heavyweight out there, Juzam Jin. He's one punchy son of a bitch. Look at him. Here he comes. Alright. 2 corpses. 1 will live. He deals it all to the Suchi. I throw the mana back into the Factory. You know, I probably could have played that a little cleaner, taken 1 damage, and then disenchanted. Using the 4 from the Suchi to dump into the book and then draw for free and have the mana open, but I think the end result is about the same. You know, I'm on 2 life. I gotta get this party going, and that's one way to get a fucking party kicked off is Ancestral Recall. Fucking his hat is a party ass hat on Ancestral. Draw 3, that's a party. I'm on 14, he's on 2. This is terrifying, to say the least. Look at this. Damage back, I swing in for 3. 2 with the Factory. New Factory I just dropped pumps my Factory up. 3/3. He goes down to 11. Oh. He's tapping the Mana Vault. 2 black sources. Sangir Vampire. Doesn't even want to use his swamps. Let's leave him open. Does he have another threat in there? Okay, tapping 4. Looks like I'm going to draw with the book. Yep. Sticking down a Ruby and a Strip Mine. Neither really affect the game at this point. Oh my goodness, going to 1. Look at this. Oh, Sarah Angel. Yeah, I mean, I got to take care of the flyer. I have to do that. That was my only other white source. Wow. 1 life. So he tapped his Mana Vault. I mean, really, even if he drew a Drain Life, he can drain me by tapping his Mana Vault. Okay, look at this. Sangir's coming in. Sarah's a body in front of Sangir. Mutual Destruction. Another rack. I have 3 in hand, so that's okay. I have 3 in hand, and I have a way to draw cards. This is... Yeah. This position I'm okay with having a rack down against me. Tapping 2, activating Factory, coming in for 4. I'm on 1, my opponent's on 7. Whew. This has been a brutal game. Here we go. Tapping for Suchi. Okay. Is this the fatal blow? I'm keeping Suchi. Oh, opponent scoops. Holy shit. Wow. Mind twisted for 6. Mind twisted for 6 before I can even get a good look at my cards. And come back from 1 life. Brutality. I think Dane and I had a conversation about this. Pretty sure I think he said, "I'm glad you got that on camera, asshole." No, I'm just joking. Dane's a super nice guy, great to play with. He did get me for a mind twist for 6, and out of just sheer luck, you draw all the right cards, and that's a great thing about old school. You're never really that out of it. You're 1 card away from some broken shit to come flying right back. So I'm up 1-0. Let's take a look at game number 2. And here we go with game number 2. Dane's on the play. Swamp Ritual. Fucking hippie. You hippie. Tundra. Let's see if I have the answer. I pass back to my opponent. Hippie coming for Stabby. Ooh, nope. Ooh, he flinches. He picks a card up. Ancestral, okay. That's okay. That way I don't lose the Ancestral. The hand's much bigger. Losing 1 now doesn't feel quite as bad. I mean, I guess, should I have done it during my turn? Maybe lucked out, got a Mox. Mox Pearl, and then, the Swords to Plowshare. Probably. It's tough, though. It's tough to think all those things through. I typically play a different deck every month, or I play a couple different decks every month because I play, a few monthlies. But anyways, I'm dumb. That just proves it. My opponent throws down a Factory Demonic Tutor to go find his favorite fucking card in the deck, because that's what you do with Demonic Tutor. You go find the best one. And passes to me. I drop a Factory of my own and a Chaos Orb. So not the immediate answer I want, but we're here on the Orb because Chaos Orb can answer just about all your problems. And by playing it out, although I do leave it naked on the table of play, he can destroy it. He's on mono black. He can't get it out of my hand now. He does get a Sarah Angel, which would be super effective against him right now. So that's 2 Sarah Angels he's pulled. Holy shit, fucking a Hymn to Thorax. So he's pulling 4 cards early game. Look at this. Brain Geyser, which I needed to probably help me get back in this game. A Mishra's Factory. Oh, he's over there screaming the beatings will continue until morale improves. And then he's lowering the morale bar as he speaks. Tough for me, but this is what you want to do. Tap 2 and balance. Yep, fuck you, hippie. Thanks for making me discard all these cards. You lose some too. Okay, so we're both down to 3 in hand. Balance didn't make him lose any extra, but did ship that hippie off. He taps 4 for a disc. Nice. Play Volcanic. Really at this point, it's kind of tough. We play a game of chicken. Here we go. He's deciding to chickening. Activates disc, activate orb. And we're going to have a flip. And here we go. So disc is going to clear the orb out. Orb is clearing out. I'm sure the factory. Ooh, I mean, it's a hit. It's a hit. Clean rotation. It was ugly. She splashed sideways into the pool. Belly exposed. But it doesn't matter. We got in there. Sinkhole comes out. I say, get that shit out of here with a counterspell. Opponent drops a Tormont script. Joke's on him. I do not have a Time Twister in my deck. I do have one regrowth, which it does cancel that card out. So if I do come across my regrowth, it's a 1-for-1. Play out a City of Brass. I have 2 left in hand. Son of a bitch, it's a regrowth. This is going to end poorly. Yeah, he took the bait. That's not good. Okay, Factory sticks in for 2. I mean, really, that was the only card I could play. He can set that off at any time for 0. I would have had to come across a disenchant, throw more cards in the bin, and then use the regrowth. Probably still worthy of trying. He does jam down at Hippie. Again. I throw my Factory in for 2 and offer a trade. He passes on the trade. Mostly because he's up in life and cards, and he nicks away a Mind Twist. Youch. Oh, fuck. Okay. Here's where Rack is really fucking good. Rack's going to be dealing 3 a turn. And Hippie's going to make sure I don't add up cards. So I need one of those blue powerful shits really quick. Ancestral, that's fine. Oh, Fireball for 2. Oh, you know what that looks like. So Fireball is both mean and effective. Downside is Rack. The Rack has me on a Rack. Is just tearing me apart. I take 3 in my upkeep. I have 1 card in hand. 2 more going down to 5. He's on 12. Sticking for 2. This game is flying by. He's down to 10. Wow. Plays out a Loa. Little late game. Sengir. Look at this. Oh, 2 in hand. Untap. Go to 4. Draw a card. Is it a magical card I need? Or want? I mean, even here, balance is dangerous because I'm going to discard my hand and no, it's not. Fuck, dang, got it. The Rack got it. Good work. Mono Black strikes back for game number 2. And in quick order. We are now 1-1. Swap out possibly a few more cards, and let's move on to game number 3. We have just received word from our sponsor, Uncle Esteban's Plague Rat Feed. Sales have been discontinued due to plagues coming back in third world nations. So apparently sold a bunch on Amazon and some other sketchy places, and you can buy it no more. On to game number 3. Alright, back. Game number 3, 1-1. Looks like I'm sending 1 card back. I do mulligan. We'll start with 6. Oh, plain Sapphire. Tap 2 for a time lock. Okay, not the worst start in the world. Get my card back. Hopefully be up by at least 1 mana source. Loa, okay. And Ancestral. Look at all this broken shit. Loa, Ancestral, Sapphire. Alright, Plains isn't broken, but I think everything else I just did was. Again, that's old school magic. Opponent fires off a swamp and a pearl. Tapping one for a dark writ. Using 2 more. Demonic Tutor. Again, going to find his favoritist card in his deck. He still does have 2 black floating. I always offer my opponents help choosing their Demonic Tutor cards. I think it's a nice thing to do. Some reason, very rarely do they take me up on it. I'm also here for sideboarding tactics when we're playing, if you want my 2 cents. Okay, Black fucking Lotus and Mind Twist again. Brutality. I have 5 in hand. He is beating my ass for 4. I'm almost certain of it. And look at this. I say, fuck it. You're getting them all. Might as well. You can't counterspell. Oh, brutal. City of Brass. Counterspell. I didn't have the 2 blue up, so it didn't matter. No. Rack. Rack is bad. Deals 2 to me in my upkeep. It's important to not go under 3. 1 to me this upkeep, so I go to 17. Pass with 3. Yeah. He speeds up the clock, lays out a factory. I mean, at this point, really, I'd love to keep grabbing cards till I get to 7. Probably tough to do against his deck, as he has so many ways to discard cards. And he plays out a Chaos Orb, and I say, fuck that, put it away. Counterspell goes and throws that hot orb into some ice in the graveyard. Nope, no orb for you. I do take another point by playing that counterspell from the rack. I'm down to 16. And look at this, Hymn to Torok. This is going to cause some damage here in the near future, mostly during my upkeep. This is tough. Okay, he gets 2 mana sources. That's not the end of the world. He gets a Plains and the Underground Sea. He tries to come in for 2, and I say, fuck that, Swords to Plowshares. Send him back to the farm field. He is no longer a combatant. Measures Factor is removed from the game, but look at this, no cards in hand. Down to 13. I pass with 1. That rack has dealt 9 damage so far. I go down to 11 my upkeep. I play out a Suchi. I mean, I have to get something going. Opponent's on 22. He plays a Greed. Okay. I don't want him drawing cards, but really at 2 life a pop, well, that's not the end of the world. I go to 9 from the rack, come in for 4. And drop him down to 18. So, I don't know what he needs, but really he does need something. He needs a way to discard more cards or deal with that Suchi. And he's drawing 1. Going to 16 with Greed. Tapping 3. Here's a Hippie. Okay, that's a way to get rid of cards and deal damage. All in the same go. I'm down to 8. So that rack is up to 12 damage on me. Suchi in for 4. Opponent down to 12. It's 12 to 8. I'm tapping 4. Look at this. Another Suchi. Wow. Wow, wow. Okay. I think I have 1 in hand. So he can deal 2. I'll take 2 from the rack. Oh, I'll take 2 from the rack. Oh, fuck. The disc. Oh, what do you say about his deck? Make bad things go away? Disc is not good. He's on 12. I need to deal 12. No, really, I'm showing 8 if he doesn't block. No. The only upside is it gets rid of the rack. Okay. I go to 7 from the rack. Draw up to 3. Oh, man. Come in for... Well, 4. He puts a body in front of one of the Suchis. Suchis goes to the bin. Hippie goes to the bin. Opponent goes to 8. Don't let him untap. Don't let him untap. I'm letting him untap. Okay. He draws. I'm flinching. Anyone else flinching? Don't flinch. Fuck. I think I'm developing a case of Tourette's. That's a lot of mana burn. That's 8 damage. I need a place to put that at instant speed. And since I made this deck, I have real shitty news. I don't really have a place to put that at instant speed. Head faked by my opponent. Okay. Tapping 1. Well, look at this. He's drawing a card. Going to 6. Tapping 2 more black. Oh, him. He is just sticking nails in this coffin. Oh, okay. Mana drain, but fuck, that's 2 more mana I'm going to have to deal with. I'm fucking shitting and puking mana at the same time here. Ugh. I'm gonna be. I mean, I vomit up a little mana drain. I'm gonna shit out 8 colorless from the Suchi. Once he says, disc, make Suchi go bye-bye. Here we go. 2 Tundras in hand. Wow. Son of a bitch. Dead to my own Suchi. There's a control magic. Wouldn't have mattered a whole lot. A couple turns earlier when he had that hippie in play, that would have felt pretty good. Would have felt a hell of a lot better than the 4 damage I took from the Suchi. Congratulations, Dane. You are the victor. You won. 2-1. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.